Thank you for that lovely introduction. It's really wonderful to be here with everybody today to talk about American-made products, products that are made right here in Orange County, that are sourced locally, produced locally, and shipped to over 60 countries around the world. So our corporate headquarters are here in Cypress, California. Actually, we just announced Orange County as our corporate headquarters on Earth Day this past April 22nd. For the last nearly 50 years, so our company started in 1967, our historic corporate headquarters were in Illinois. My father started our company in '67 in his garage in Illinois. He was a true pioneer, a true visionary in the green movement. But because of so many wonderful things that the Orange County community offers us, we do significantly more business in this part of the country. And so my C-suite relocated out here, and it became our corporate headquarters. So here to the left of me, you can see a little glimpse of our facilities. And I really would like to invite people to visit us, because unfortunately, it's really, an unusual experience to see American-made manufacturing. And we want to serve as a business example that it can be done and it can be done well. You can come to our facilities, meet with our talented green chemists, see how we use the power of nature to create all of our products. So here you can see some of those offerings. Hopefully you guys had a chance to meet with some of my colleagues over here. Ecos is now the #1 selling green laundry detergent in the world, which we're very proud of. Ecos is actually Greek for the word home, and so our company is really committed to protecting not only your home, but our earth, our collective home that we all share together. We also have a partnership with the Walt Disney Company. We do an entire line of Disney Baby Ecos products, because it's really important to communicate to everyone the importance of going green and going green right away. And certainly pregnancy is one of those gateways to green when we're really thinking about the products that we expose our children to. And I think people need to realize this is largely an unregulated industry. There's nobody policing the ingredients that are in your cleaning products. You have to take that into your own hands and make sure that the products that you bring into your homes, into your schools, and into your businesses have the highest level of green ingredients, because it's one of the key things that you can do to protect your personal health. And so I really want to charge everybody, when you leave here today, really look at the choices that you can make to create a healthier life for yourselves and your family. So on this side, you can see our 5 manufacturing facilities across the nation. I'm very proud of the fact that we were America's first carbon neutral manufacturer. We achieved carbon neutrality back in 2013. And I'll tell you guys, my table from Earth Friendly Products is over here to the left of me. I have my Vice President of Sustainability, my Executive Vice President of International Sales, my Chief Financial Officer, my Brand Director, our legal team. So certainly I would encourage you guys at the end of it, if you have any questions, please join my team and feel free to ask those questions. But you can see here our facilities. So we have a facility in the Pacific Northwest, just an hour south of Seattle. That facility is servicing Canada, Asia as well. The facility here in California, which is servicing the western United States, Mexico, the western part of South America. We're shipping to Asia, the Pacific Islands, Australia, many places around the world. You have our Florida facility, also servicing Latin America. Our facilities in New Jersey, servicing Europe, the Middle East, and Asia as well. And then, of course, in Illinois, servicing the Midwest part of the United States as well as Canada. And I always say that it seems very evident from early on that we had a true partnership here with Orange County. It's very funny, but our logo was designed in the early 80s in Illinois, not here in Orange County. But every time I go to events all across the county and I see the Orange County logo, I'm always reminded of our own Earth Friendly Products logo. Similar in shape and similar in messaging, right? You see the orange at the forefront. Orange County used to have 65,000 acres of orange groves. And it was really a wonderful natural environment. And that's what we're doing as well. We're using oranges, we're using lemons, we're using nature in our products. And so I think there's a really wonderful synergy between us and Orange County. Also, Orange County started, I think it was in 1889. So in 1989, when we launched this brand, they were celebrating their centennial. And I think a lot of our speakers today have just talked about what a great place this is for business, right? 3 million people here, a labor force of 1.6 million, a wonderful access to the ports of Orange County, to the ports of LA. You know, the LA port, incidentally, I think it's worth congratulating them on the fact that in the 1970s, they were the first port to put together an environmental management team. And the port in Orange County is the greenest port in the nation. So both have done a really wonderful job and are both excellent business partners. But obviously you've got 42 miles of coastline, you've got a wonderful quality of life, and it's a great place to live and to do business. Our products are found all over Orange County, which is something that we're very proud of. And it's really the idea is to make a green product that's available to the masses, to make a product at an affordable price point with the highest level of green and have it available everywhere. So whether you're here in Orange County or you're visiting friends in China or Vietnam or wherever you might go, Ecos is always there, and you know it's always made here locally. I'm going to show you, hopefully the video will work. I'm going to show you just a quick little snippet of our facilities here in Orange County. So here you can see our products shipping here from Orange County. You can see the 62 countries that I mentioned. I'm glad that we're part of that 1%, and I'd certainly encourage every one of you to join us. There's obviously tremendous opportunities participating in the global landscape. So you can see some of the countries that we service. There's a lot of wonderful retail partners here that we have that have locations. And then if they don't have locations, we go out there and we find those retailers that are there. I talked a little bit about this, right? The gateway to Asia is right here. For us, we launched our partnership with the Walt Disney Company in 2012, right? We got the contracts for China last year, 18 million new births in China last year. A great opportunity for us with our Disney Baby offering, and a far too important opportunity to ignore or overlook. And you can see the tremendous growth in the green industry. Something else that I would tell you, no matter what business you're in, make sure to start incorporating sustainability in your businesses. It truly gives you a competitive advantage. So you can see that in 2012, the market was at about 2.7 billion in the green cleaning industry, and in 2017, it's expected to be at 9.3 billion. So that's an annual compound growth rate of nearly 30%. And it's a great industry to be in. If you guys can imagine when my father started in '67, right? Nobody was discussing green cleaning products. Even 15 years ago, when I joined full-time and I was meeting with retailers, at that time it was still very much in its infancy, and sometimes you were in some of the smaller green retail locations, but now mainstream markets care. But no matter what business you're in, consumers care. They care about how you run your business, and they care about the effect that it has on our environment, because we all care about our future generations. So please be mindful of this trend. It's forever. And this talks a little bit about global consumers care about sustainability. So they did a survey in the UK. In the UK, 75% of consumers pay attention to green credentials. They want to know how you're running your company. 41% are influenced by the environmental impact here in the US. 64% expect companies to be environmentally friendly here in the US. And in Brazil, 91% believe that the green actions of companies can positively affect the environment, which is absolutely true. And so as we travel to these various markets, you know, some of the teams here talked about doing that advanced legwork, going out there, meeting with these various partners. We see this everywhere we go. Green is important to everyone. I'm going to try and show you one other video clip. I hope that it runs well. This particular clip is, there was a Hollywood feature film made about my father's life and the story of our company, of him coming to this country from Greece in the 1950s and growing up in Nazi-occupied World War II Greece, and then coming here, living in homeless shelters and what he went through. But a lot of it is set in present day. It's a David and Goliath story, the story of a small family-owned and operated business competing against a lot of the corporate giants and winning in the retail space. It's a fun film. It's got Billy Zane, Malcolm McDowell. I was played by Shannon Elizabeth, so I was nice and thin in the movie, which I appreciated. Thank you. I think the really wonderful message from the film is to really follow your dreams with the courage of your convictions. I thought Jim Mayfield gave a great presentation earlier where he showed the skateboarding story. And Jim has been a wonderful partner of ours, and I thank him for that. But it is about that, right? It's about having a dream and really following it. And yes, the global marketplace can be challenging, but when you really stay true to your convictions, you can always prevail. So our sales have quadrupled in the last 10 years, which is very exciting. I wish my father was still alive to see this present day, but we certainly still feel him in our company all the time. And it's really happened because we've done the right thing. We've done the ethical thing. We've offered consumers what consumers are now demanding. We now have a forensic consumer with the internet and so much access to information. Consumers all over the world can find out about things at the touch of their hand, right? And so really making sure we had the highest level of green, making sure we had a product that worked, because part of sustainability is to have strong efficacy and to have a really terrific price point. So you can see some of the certifications, and as you expand globally, obviously different countries require different things. You can see eco-control for our European market, or palm-free, which is big in the UK. So you really do need to get out there and understand when the consumer is looking at your product, what are they looking for? Is it okay if the label's in English? Do you need to have the local language? Is there a certain certification that's important to that consumer? And obviously we have great teams on the ground giving us information all the time. But we really want to make sure that our product is a true reflection of who we are and that our global brand is really supported in the right fashion. Here you can see the pricing situation I talked about. And this is a big deal, right? Because we're dealing with the international marketplace. Everybody on stage talked about the strength of the US dollar. So it was extremely important that we have an affordable product. So whether we're selling it here locally or we're selling it in one of those 62 countries, it can still be an affordable SKU no matter where it's placed. There's been a long time misconception that green is more expensive. And that was one of the reasons that we have been successful. We make it all ourselves. We control everything from A to Z, all of our inputs. That way we can keep costs down. But I'll tell you, alongside of keeping costs down, at Earth Friendly Products, we pay a minimum living wage of $17 an hour. So it's something that we're proud of, taking care of the people that really work hard for us. They're really a larger part of our family and truly part of our success too. So I just thought I'd add a few fun pictures here. So global trade is an adventure for sure. Here you can see me. This particular trip I was in Vietnam, which is a wonderful market for us. I have a supplier of coconut oil that's there near the Mekong Delta. Everything that I can get locally here in Orange County, I do. I get my bottles, I get my boxes, I get my labels, I get a lot of my inputs. Some things like coconut oil I can't get enough of in Orange County. Hopefully we'll get some plantations here in the U.S. soon with coconuts. But so this was on a trip down to Vietnam to meet with them. But of course, you know, at the same time that we're going to have coconut oil being supplied to us, I want to make sure we're exporting our products to Vietnam. And it was really fun because, you know, on the scooters there's like 9 million scooters. They were delivering our product in the back of the scooters. And so I happened to run up to a store and see somebody pulling it out of the scooter and putting it on the shelf. And it was really fun to see all the ways our product is being delivered across the world. But it's important to get out there into the market, right? It's easy to try and control things from afar, but you really do need to get out there. You need to meet face to face with your partners around the world and make sure they hold the same values that you do. Core values. For us, it's all about family, for the love of our family, for the love of our planet, identifying distributors, retail partners across the globe that share that same love of family. And we're very fortunate in the fact that what we're selling, protecting your family, is what everyone in the world wants to do. We all want to protect our families. And so it's been great to have that message and not just exporting a product, but exporting the idea of sustainability, exporting the idea of good health, right, and doing the right thing. In new markets, we've gone about it in a few different ways. We started selling internationally in 1997. We initially did so through various trade shows, Natural Organics Products Expo in Europe, Natural Products Expo in the Middle East in Dubai, which is also a great market for us, Natural Products Expo Asia, which takes place in Hong Kong. So we did a lot of different trade shows and then really conducted a lot of studies before deciding who to partner with. And meeting with people in person, bringing them to our facilities as well, and making sure we had the right partner. So here's our partnerships, right? When you're dealing with partners, there's a lot of things to look at. They talked extensively about, you know, IP, protecting your IP worldwide. Very important to do it right away. The minute you have a product on the marketplace here, start looking at the other markets. Make sure you trademark everything and you protect yourself globally. Make sure you find really talented local counsel in all of the different countries that you go into that also help to protect your brand. And you know, when you're trying to navigate these challenges, make sure that you really rely on a lot of the connections that you're making today. I think the wonderful thing about having Global Trade Week here in Orange County is there's so many different individuals from different segments of the industry here in this room today. A lot of us have a lot of personal anecdotes to share or stories to share, things that we did wrong that we wish we could have done differently. So really reach out to people so that you can navigate the terrain as you're working with various countries. And really look for opportunities to source locally here in Orange County. There's so many great things. Like I said, we do it every single day in our business and find so many of our inputs here locally. Make sure you pay a living wage. And I just have to take a moment to say something about that, because if you came to our facilities, you'll see we have people there with us 30 years, 40 years, an increase in productivity, and a real strong commitment to our firm, and people that serve as brand ambassadors when they leave our doors. So I feel very strongly and passionately about that. Really looking at the global marketplace to increase your market share, and looking for these organizations, you know, in terms of guidance, making sure that sustainability is part of your business plan, because it really is the future. So make sure that you take care of that in any business endeavor that you do. And I just wanted to finish up with a little short, funny story. So this is my father and I in Greece some years ago. And obviously, I just said it's important to leverage your connections, because no matter where you go in the world, it's oftentimes very important who you know. So a few years ago, Green Story, that you just saw the trailer for, came out in Greece, and that was my father's homeland. So when we went back for the premiere of the film, it was a much bigger deal there, right? As you can imagine, in a country with 10 million people, when you show up with Billy Zane and these celebrities, a lot of people were very excited. And so we got an invitation to meet with the Prime Minister. So the night before, I was thrilled with such an invitation because I knew this would be a wonderful opportunity to create a very valuable connection. And as we started selling our products in Greece and the surrounding countries, this relationship could do a lot for us. So the night before the meeting, I was preparing for all of the different asks that I would have in the meeting. At the same time, I got a knock on my hotel door. It was 10 o'clock at night, and my father said to me, "You have to help me write my speech." I said, "What speech? It's you, me, and the Prime Minister. There's no speech." "Oh, yes," he said. "I'm going to give a speech about the 10 things you're doing to destroy our country." And I'll never forget it. I mean, I sat with him that night as he put together this speech. And it really spoke to who he is, right? His convictions. He wanted to use that opportunity to do the best thing that he could. So we go over there to what is the White House of Greece, and we meet with the Prime Minister, and sure enough, he stands up with his speech, and he says, "I want to tell you the 10 things you're doing to destroy the country." And the Prime Minister, to his credit, listens as he goes through all 10 of these bullet points. So he gets to the 10th one, and the Prime Minister says, "You know what, ma'am? You're absolutely right. And I'm going to do exactly what you said if you can promise me just one thing." My father was thrilled. He said, "Sure, what's that?" He said, "Promise me that the United States will stand with us." My dad goes, "No problem. Kelly will call Obama." But anyways, I want to thank you guys all for your time this morning, and I really want to encourage you guys to pursue your dreams, to really go after the global market, and to make sure that you produce here in Orange County. Thank you.